Welcome to my channel. My name is Sami, and this is my 2024 TBR list. Let's go. Okay, so I did a notes app, which is so convenient. I actually did two different categories. I did new releases for 2024 that I want to read. And then the next category is just books that I didn't get to this year that I want to get to in 2024. And this is just very basic beginning TBR list. I will obviously add more to this list. Okay, let's get started. So I think I'm gonna start with 2024 releases that are on my TBR list. So the first book is The Secret Lives of Booksellers and Librarians by James Patterson and Matt Everin. I saw this I just was looking on lists of 2024 releases, and I saw this, and it's actually like nonfiction, and I was so intrigued by the description. So it's just about like a bunch of stories about booksellers and librarians, and I know mostly James Patterson does write fictional books, but I know he does dabble in nonfiction a little bit, and I feel like I wanted to at least have one nonfiction book on my TBR list, and I love learning about anything relating to books, especially booksellers and librarians, because I do mostly check out my books in the library, then buy most of the time unless it's used. So I really am appreciative of librarians, and yeah, I would love to hear about their stories. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one, I actually randomly found this one, and I just read the description and I was so intrigued. So this is A Fragile Enchantment by Alison Staff. Let me get the description. It was so interesting, and this is a fantasy, which I'm trying to ease my way into my fantasy reads. So this one, it's a really long description, so I'll just try to get the gist of it. So there's this woman who's a dressmaker, and she's commissioned to make the dresses for a royal wedding. And then there's a gossip columnist draws attention to her undeniable chemistry with the groom, which intriguing. But also it says that she has a special power with dressmaking. She has powers with it, magic. Oh, the magic in her blood lets her stitch emotions and memories into fabric. But wait for it, this magic will eventually kill her, but she has to keep working to guarantee a better life for her family. Insane. And yeah, so that's mainly the gist of it. Crazy. I read that and I was like, add to TBR list immediately. Like, yes. Like, there's drama, there's magic, there's romance. Sign me up. Let me know if you've heard of that one. I'm really excited to read that. And the third book isn't a surprise. It's The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson, the author of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And this is just another book of hers. It's not related to that series. And I think it was like this girl's mom, Rachel Price, disappears, and the daughter is the only witness, but she's really young and doesn't remember. And everyone presumes that Rachel Price is dead. And then the daughter's family agrees to do a documentary on the disappearance of Rachel Price, and she's not happy about it, but she's like, fine, I'll just get it over with. And then boom, Rachel Price shows up alive, but she has many secrets to be revealed. And I thought that sounded so interesting. So interesting that like mom goes missing, presumed dead, and then she does come back, but there's something fishy or some secrets that we don't know about. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited to check that one out. Obviously, that's gonna be after I get to the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Okay, so that's all the new releases for 2024 that I have on my TBR list. I know that's only 3, but don't worry, I will add more and I will update you. But I just like to start out the year not overwhelmed with 80 million books on my TBR. So good. Okay, so now we're going into series I want to continue and just books I didn't get to this year that I want to get to next year. Okay, so first is obvious, Good Girls Guide to Murder series. I read the first one this year, and I do want to read the second and third in 2024. So that's definitely on the top of my head that I want to read because I love all the characters. If you don't know about Good Girls Guide to Murder, the premise is the first book, I don't know about the other books because I haven't read them. The first book is about a girl who investigates a cold case for her senior project, which is so interesting. I want to read more. Okay, simple. Okay, so next, another series is the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read the first one this year and obviously want to continue the series. So interesting. The Natural series is about, so it's a group of these teenagers who have special skills and they join the FBI to help solve cold cases, which is so interesting. I'm obsessed. Like, the YA mysteries were killing it this year and also gonna kill it next year. If you got any more YA mystery recommendations, comment down below. I need them. I love YA mystery. So the next series I would like to continue in 2024 is Pero. If you don't know what Pero is, it is a detective series by Agatha Christie, and the detective is Hercule Poirot, and it is a dated, I guess it would be considered a historical mystery, so it is older times in it. But I have read, I think, 17. I have a list on my phone of all of them, so I check off so I know. So I'm pretty sure I read 17 so far. So the next few I have on the list is Problems at Palnesa Bay, Appointment with Death, and Hercule Poirot's Christmas. I actually will have this as a used book, and I actually been wanting to read that this month before 2024, which I hope I can get to. So yeah, definitely want to continue Poirot series. Those are the next few. Obviously I have much more to go through, which I never want this series to end. I literally got Curtain, which is the last Poirot book, and I know one thing that happens in it, because if it's the last book, Poirot's getting older, you know. I don't want to talk about it. But I did get that as a used book at my used bookstore. It's gonna be really hard when I get to that book. It's gonna be a while before I read it, and then after I read it, no one talked to me. Okay, so yeah, so those are the ones that I will be reading probably in the beginning of 2024. The next series too that I haven't started yet, but I do want to read, it's also by Agatha Christie, is Miss Marple series. This is another series of hers, and it is about a older lady who solves murders, and no one thinks she's like solving them. They think, oh, she's just an old lady, she doesn't know anything, but she's like really smart. So I haven't read any of hers. I've been obsessed with Poirot, so I really do want to start reading Miss Marple in 2024. So I think the first book from Miss Marple, I also have her on here too, is The Murder at the Vicarage. I hope I said that right. It's less books than Poirot. I do want to read my first Miss Marple in 2024. I am really curious if Poirot's my guy and I just love Poirot and I will enjoy Miss Marple, but like Poirot will still be my favorite, or will I like Mrs. Marple more? Oh, I can't do it. No, Poirot's my guy. Poirot's my man. I think I'll enjoy Miss Marple, but I do think Poirot will still, he just has a special place in my heart. He's just so iconic. I love him so much. Okay, next is another series I want to continue. I have a lot of series I want to continue in 2024. Is the Once Upon a Broken Heart. Is that what the series is called? First book is Once Upon a Broken Heart. So is this the Once Upon a Broken Heart series? Because that's a really long series title, but whatever. I want to read the second book, at least the second book. If I get to the third, that'll be great. But the second book is The Ballad of Never After. I really want to read this one because everyone that I watch says this is their favorite in the series, and I want to know why. I want to know why. Why is it their it will spoil anything, but like I want to know. So this is about a girl who makes a deal with the Prince of Hearts, a fate, and she wants him to stop a wedding of her love marrying someone else because she can't fathom that he would marry someone else and not her. And in return, Jax, the Prince of Hearts, says, I will stop this wedding if you grant me 3 kisses whenever I say when and who. You have to do it for me. And yeah, very fairy tale like, very just so immersive into a different world. It's so interesting. I am obsessed, and I'm obsessed with Jax. I can't. Let me know if you've read the series. I don't feel like there's a way that you can read this book and not become obsessed with Jax, you know? I think that's the whole point. So yeah, I'm really excited to read the rest of the series. I hope each book still continues the fairy tale whimsical vibe because I love it. Okay. Next is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I read Better Than the Movies twice this year because I loved it that much, and I need a new YA romance book by Lynn Painter. And I've had Better on You on hold at the library since it came out. Still waiting. But I'm patient, okay? I have other books to read, it's fine. I really want to read this in 2024. I think this one, if I'm remembering right, is supposed to be, the guy is Wes's cousin. Wes from the Better Than the Movies. I think Charlie or something like that is supposed to be his cousin. Intrigued. I don't think it can top Better Than the Movies and Liz and Wes for me, but I am excited to read it. Yes, I might just keep doing this. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, next. So next is actually a used book I own that I believe is a classic. It's In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. I hope, I'm so sorry. Yes, this one, so interesting. I'm pretty sure it's like a classic book. It's, I can read a little blurb to you. On November 15th, 1959, in the small town of Holcomb, Kansas, 4 members of the Cutter family were savagely unalived by blasts from a shotgun held a few inches from their faces. There was no apparent motive for the crime, and there were almost no clues. As Truman Capote reconstructs the unaliving and the investigation that led to the capture, trial, and execution of the killers, he generates both memorizing suspense and astonishing empathy. In Cold Blood is a work that transcends its moment, yielding pungent insights into the nature of American violence. Insane. So interesting. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is true. I think this is a true story. I'm not completely sure, but so interesting, and I feel like I literally heard, who was it? I feel like it was maybe Jack Edwards talked about this book or showed a copy somewhere, somehow brought it up in my mind, and then I literally went to the used bookstore and I saw it there and I was like, oh wait, why does this look familiar to me? And I'm like, oh wait, I think Jack Edwards was talking about this or something, and I picked it up and I still haven't read it. I think it's a pretty classic book, and I am really excited to read it in 2024. Next is on my list is to continue my historical fiction era. I want to read The Rose Code by Kate Quinn. I did read The Alice Network this year, and I want to continue her work. I really enjoyed her writing in Alice Network, and I'm really curious about The Rose Code. I've heard a lot of people say that The Rose Code is their favorite, and I really liked Alice Network, so I'm really curious to read this one. Really excited about that. And I actually own the copy from the used bookstore. So a lot of these books, I'm trying to read what I have. Because if I don't, then they're just going to sit on my shelf and not be read. Okay, so next is actually a series I've been meaning to start but just haven't gotten to, is the Truly Devious series. I'm pretty sure this is a YA mystery series, and I first heard about it from Haley Pham, and I think it sounded like it was like a boarding school murder mystery thing, And that sounds interesting and actually made me think of, anyone else watch the show Legacies? I miss you. I love the show Legacies, and that was like a boarding school, and I'm like, oh, murder mystery boarding school sounds really interesting. And yeah, really curious about it. Love me some YA mystery series, obviously. So why not continue? Let me know if you read it down below. Let me know if you liked it. The last book on my TBR list for 2024 is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm so excited. I really want to read this book because I did read Daisy Jones and the Six this year and I loved it, obsessed. So I'm really curious if I will like The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, very long name, if I will like it just as much as Daisy Jones and the Six. I don't know if it's in interview style like Daisy Jones and the Six or not. Let me know down below because I'm kind of curious. I've really enjoyed the interview style of writing in Daisy Jones and the Six. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Evelyn Hugo is about, she's an actress and she goes to her 7 husbands and then all through her life in like Hollywood and all these different years and stuff. I am actually really intrigued to go like the years and like the different like Hollywood and like, I don't know what it really is, but I think like Hollywood in the 30s or something. I don't know, like I'm so curious. I think I've actually heard the most conflicted reviews on 70 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Like I feel like that's the most Taylor Jenkins Reid book I've heard. Like half love it and half hate it. Like it's so interesting, like the most split of ratings. I really am like, I want to know what my verdict is. Do I like it? Do I not? I always never seen the cover with like her in the green dress. And I'm so curious. I want to know who Evelyn Hugo is. I want to know the 7 husbands. I just want to know. Okay. Yeah, so that is all of the books on my 2024 TBR list. I'm so excited for 2024. I'm so excited for the new releases in 2024 that we don't know about yet. Let me know if any of the books I mentioned are on your 2024 TBR list too. That's so fun. Comment down below what's your most anticipated 2024 read is. I want to know. Me, out of all of them, what's my most anticipated? Honestly, the whole Natural series. I know that's a whole series, but I am so excited to read the rest of that series. I feel like that's my most anticipated. Like I'm gonna have to like restrain myself to not binge it all because then I'll just binge it all in January and I'll be sad that's over. So I need to like read the second one and then like walk away and read something else. So yeah, I'll probably be adding many more to this list, but I like to start the year very easy, very small list, nothing too overwhelming. But thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It means so much to me. Happy BOOKMAS Day 12. We're at the end. This will be the last BOOKMAS video of the year. I would like to say again, thank you so much if you've watched every single one. That means so much to me. You're MVP. Even if you've only watched a few, thank you so much. It means so much. This is the year that I started my YouTube channel because I just love books so much that I wanted to share my love with other book lovers, and this was the first year I did BOOKMAS, which was very overwhelming and new, but so exciting, and I had so much fun. Yeah, I hope you had fun too, and had a great time. I wish you all happy holidays and a happy new year, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!